Hi, this is Dave Feldberg with Gatekeeper Media, and I'm here to bring you the back nine of the 2019 Tim Selinske U.S. Masters Championship in Worcester, Massachusetts. This event is brought to you by the PDGA and Innova Champion Disc, as well as a tribute to the great Tim Selinske. And as always, Gatekeeper Media is brought to you by Team Millennium Golf Discs. Well, it was an interesting front nine, and Barry Schultz has extended his lead by 2 over Michael Johansen, 3 over Cowperthwait, who struggled, and Alan Hermosillo has had a tough front nine falling off the pace. Steve Rico and Jonathan Ray are out there playing great rounds in the second and third cards, so it should be an interesting back nine. Hole 10, 380 feet, uphill par 3, plays more like 500 feet. If you watched the event last weekend, the MVP at Maple Hill, you will see that some of the top pros can reach this over the trees to the right and get a putt, but most of the Masters players that you will see will be nowhere near this hole and play it more like a par 4. Alright, Allen has the tee after making a good 3. He goes for a rip, and he's put himself off the fairway, and that's a tough thing to do here. It's a big fairway, and if you're off the fairway, it does become a true par 4. Barry trying to get some distance up the hill. Right in the middle. Bobby Cowperthwait with the big distance arm. Let's see if he can get up there. He rips it, tries to go over the pine trees, and doesn't come out of the pine trees, it looks like. So that's the risk of trying to go big. Johansen plays a nice shot right up the middle. Smart play. Heiser's little tree in the way, but should be nothing. Cowperthwait obviously didn't make it over the trees. Tries to go big Heiser. Up to the castle, and he's done it right under the castle wall. Al in trouble again after making a nice par and having a tough front nine. Already starting the back nine in trouble. Cut roller right into the castle wall. That should be a great save. Schultz right in the center of the fairway. Playing smart leader golf. Puts it up there, and yes, right over the castle wall. That's where you want to be, so there's no tricky putt. Johansen to follow. He puts it against the wall and gets a little roll back. That is a tougher putt than Barry's, but should be makeable. Right in the heart. He seems to be loosening up a bit here on the back nine. Bobby, can he save his 3 after being in the trees? And he has. The famous castle hold. I think they just wanted to move it back to the castle. They had that new pin over to the right, and now they've put it back in the castle for the gold. And I think they just wanted to take advantage of using this beautiful structure they created years ago, and I think they've found it here. It challenges the top pros in the world with distance, and the other pros make it a kind of challenging par 3.5-ish. So Barry taps in, maintains his lead, and no movement on the 10th hole. On to the 11th hole, now we get to see them throw the classic 780-foot par 4 over the Christmas trees to the landing zone. And then a beautiful field goal that you have to hit on your approach up to the basket. To me, this is probably one of the most epic par 4s on the property, no matter where they play it. But in the deep position here, it's a great hole all the way up through the woods to the basket. One of my favorite to play, and I think most players. After getting out of the woods, you really get to open up. Lefty, ripping it. Let's take some aggression out on the disc. Puts a nice flex shot over the trees, right under the short pin. That might not be good. He might be obstructed there. That's one of the things when you have short pins, that they actually act like trees and can be in the way sometimes. Barry, always cautious, always checking the wind. Wants to maintain his lead here, get his 7th U.S. title in the Masters. See what he has. Lately, Barry's been throwing everything the last couple years full flex. He told me he can't throw his flip-up hyzer as well as he used to, some kind of injury. He flexes it into the open. Hopefully he'll have a shot from there in the little trees and he's not too obstructed. All right, let's see if Cowperthwait can show off for the crowd. We know he can rip it. He's been working out a lot lately, especially with that new job at IBM and getting to the gym all the time. Let's see what he's got. He's put a big move on it, all hyzer. Right there in the middle. Doesn't look like he tried to get much. Just played a smart shot so he'd have a good run up on his second shot. And Michael Joe, his classic move. He likes it. He's already headed back to his bag. That means it must be right in the middle. And it is. So most people can get off the tee here pretty well as long as you don't get stuck behind a tree. It's the second shot here that is everybody's classic. He puts a nice little flex on it. He looks like he's right of the gap. Will he sneak through? A little bit. Maybe he'll have a look over there. I've seen people get through there. Barry, like I said, one thing about this hole, if you're off a little bit on your drive, you get stuck behind these little trees and it makes it difficult to throw a 400-foot shot into a gap. Hits his hand on the tree, it looks like, and still finds a way up through the gap and gets himself a nice 25-foot uphill putt. That was probably the best shot I've seen him throw all around. That was really spectacular. Off the tree. Cowperthwait trying to put together a nice back nine after the struggling front nine. Puts it up there in the circle, gets a nice cheer from the crowd. Al, let's see if he can get it going. Lefty misses the gap to the left. Can he come in back door? Oh, he has. It's a good-looking shot. He'll have a long putt. All right, Michael Joe needs to get going. Can he do one of his fancy Michael Joe things here and put something in the basket or make a run? He needs to start putting pressure on Barry or Barry's just going to pull away. And he's laid up here, and he's going to give Barry a chance to extend his lead. Al, as I mentioned, will never give up. And he's going to try to make a run here and get himself a birdie and try to race some of those earlier holes. And he's done just that. I love a guy who's 8 over par throwing birdies in from 40 feet. Shows perseverance, and that's why when you're a Masters player, you've been through it all like Al has. You know he's going to keep fighting strong. Now, Cowperthwait to get a birdie, to get the back nine going. He started with a tough par save, and oh, nice putt. These guys are starting to pick it up here on the back nine. That's 2 birdies already on this hole. And now they're putting a little pressure on Barry. Cowperthwait ties Johansen, and they're both going to be 3 back. But if Barry can make this, he can really extend his lead and start getting comfortable. His classic stance, lifts, and really nice front foot putt for Barry there. You didn't see a straddle, which is rare, especially uphill. And he has extended his lead to 3 strokes over Johansen and Cowperthwait. And he's starting to look like he's in the driver's seat. On to hole 12, 650 feet. Another really great hole here. You have to throw a big 450-foot flex shot. As far up to the right and over the hill you can get, the better you have a chance to see into the gap. As you can see here in the flyby, once you get to that spot there, then if you're there, you can throw down the hill, through the gap, all the way down to the gold. I find that no matter where you are on this hole, no matter how good of a drive you throw, it is a very difficult approach to get down that hill, hit that gap, and not go long or left. So let's see how they play it here. Al maintaining the tee after going birdie. Starting to pick his game up. Puts a pretty good lefty drive out there. Over the trees. I mean, that's perfect position for a left-handed player and a right-handed player. Schultz kind of throws it in the trees here. Is he going to be over it? And he goes over the trees. I haven't seen that move. I think he did that on purpose to get more right so he can have a better angle down to the hole. Can Cowperthwait clear the trees? Boom. There it is. The big throw we've been waiting for all around. We know he has the distance. He hasn't unloaded yet. And he's put himself in perfect position. That is the cherry zone on this hole. Mikey Joe having to keep up with Cowperthwait here. Might be challenged to get that much distance to get up there, but I think, he has what it takes to at least to get over the trees and get in good position. That's hyzering out, though. I don't think that's going to be in great position, but he'll be able to throw down the hill. So, as I said, Barry's played it wide. I think he's done this on purpose. He's now lined up with the gap. He can throw one of his flippy discs down the hill. See how he put turn on it, though? He just doesn't like the hyzer flip anymore. But he really has gotten good with the flex shots. And right down to the hole. Not too bad. 20 long. One of the better shots you'll see on this hole. Especially with that short basket in the way. It's kind of intimidating. Al, what do you got for us? Oh, he's got the lefty flip up, but he's turned it a little bit. I think he can get around that tree. He'll have a putt. And we'll just have to see. Like I said, Mikey Joe's pinched off here. It's really tough. He's going to throw an inside-out flip shot that flips to flat. Oh, and he's done it. And he's thrown it absolutely perfect. And it should be right up by the target. Well, as I said, this is the cherry zone. He's over the hill. You can see the basket. He's thrown a really nice shot. And these are 4 really nice approaches on the hole. If you ever get to this hole and go play, you'll realize it is not as easy as these guys are making it look. Looks like Al did catch a late tree. So he's going to have a long run here to keep the birdie streak going. And no, but a great par here. So nothing to be disappointed with. Let's see if the other guys can clean up this hole. Mikey to put a little pressure on Barry so he doesn't pull away, and nothing to it. Now he's starting to get in the zone. He put his jacket back on. Very interesting. You know, it isn't very chilly out. Maybe he wanted to warm himself up a little more. All right, Cowperthwait, come on, Bobby. Let's get it going. Johansen's put the pressure on him. He's got a match. And he's done it. So Cowperthwait and Johansen birdie, putting the pressure on Schultz to make his birdie putt to maintain a 3-stroke lead. No gimme. He's in a straddle position. He's going uphill. But these are the ones that he's made his whole career on. I think we can probably count this one right off the pole. Yes, almost fell forward, caught himself with great balance, and with a birdie, maintains a 3-stroke lead. Very happy about it. Starting to really click to him that he can put this one away. Al cleans up, and we're on to hole 13. Hole 13, 405 feet downhill, plays about 350. You'll see a lot of interesting shots here. Some guys will throw an air shot in there. Some guys will even try to throw a roller, as Mike Mosier almost aced it with a roller in the final round as he jumped off the bridge. So lots of options here. You can throw fairway driver, mid-range, putter. It just depends on what your choice is. But it's very difficult to get in there and park this hole. Barry takes the tee from lefty with his birdie and puts a nice move on it. That's the right angle. You can't really throw it much better than that, but he's going to have to miss those trees. And he has. Well, that will definitely give him a birdie putt on a very difficult hole. Now Cowperthwait and Johansen have to answer. Bobby puts a beautiful move on it. Can he weave the final trees? Oh, he does. That might be long. He almost hits the cameraman. Wow, what a pair of shots that was. I'm sure Mikey's feeling a little pressure here to match that. And he puts a nice move on it. And he's going to hyzer out, but I think this might be one of the closer ones because he's... Oh, what a bad skip. He went all the way down the hill. He's going to have a long 50, 60-foot look from down there to keep pace. Lefty really just trying to have some fun and enjoy this beautiful weather and this beautiful course here at Maple Hill. Come on, turn, he says. Give me something. Give me a look. Get down there. I don't want to have to make a tough approach from the woods, and I think he has fought through. All right, should be routine up and down here, but you know Al, he's not going to lay up. He's going to go for it. He needs a birdie. So he's running. Here it comes. Oh, and that's, going to leave him a little chunk. That's for sure. He's still fighting. I don't know if he's giving Michael Johansen flow of play because they don't want to go down there. And he taps in a nice par putt. That'll keep him going. That's the kind of thing you need when you're not playing well. So Johansen doesn't have anything down there. I didn't think he would. He's going to have to go sidearm, which is rare. And he makes a sidearm run, but I think he just wanted to get out of there. He wasn't happy with the lie. Schultz, with that beautiful air shot, finds himself on the bridge and can extend his lead over Johansen and put the pressure on Cowperthwait. Oh no, it splashes out tough. It looked like a pretty good putt on the black hole, but it just didn't catch it. But, you know, that's what happens in disc golf. Now Bobby can cut the lead to 2 strokes if he can make his birdie putt. Cameraman's like, I think it hit me over here. Just right over here, Bobby. Come on over. So there he is, lining up. Not a gimme putt, a straddle putt over the hill. Oh, he's going to go front foot. He must have a line there between the 2 trees. And he sneaks it in on the left side. What a nice putt by, Bobby Cowperthwait. Really enjoying his game today. Really fighting through after a tough start. Cut the lead to 2 with another nice birdie there. And when looked like Barry might just pull away, Cowperthwait is keeping him honest. Really surprised. You see Barry's not happy with that fallout. He thought he hit solid right chains. And
love getting outside and challenging yourself to become better? How about spending time with family and friends, or just marveling at the pure joy of flight? Then you've come to the right place at the right time. Join the PDGA.
all right, we're on to hole 14, 420 feet over the water. A really great hole, one of the classics at Maple Hill. Everybody loves this hole. You got to air it out over the water the whole way or saw it off. And if you saw it off early, you're risking going into the second pond, into some woods, and a difficult approach. I think Cowperthwait will try to air it the whole way. He's not going to saw it off. He's down by 2. He wants to put the pressure on Schultz. And he nicks the tree out of his hand and just turns it right into the pond, putting himself on the drop zone. Really might have just cost himself a chance to win the tournament. Schultz, noticing that, doesn't even risk it, puts the flexi stable move on that he's been using the last year or two. Heiser's down there, plays the crash, and hopefully he's dry, which it looks like he is. Johansen now, seeing that Cowperthwait is in the water, could say, hey, second place is still in reach here. Let me put a big move on this shot. And he plays it a little safe. He's facing the other pond there. I don't know if he's... Okay, he's safe. Very close, though, and a very difficult lie down there. One of the tougher lefty holes. Let's see what Al has. Over the water turnover, and that thing is flexing deep into the pond. Or did he make the other side? No, he did not, but a good effort. So we've got 2 at the drop zone, 2 in the woods. Let's see what happens. Cowperthwait with this patented lefty sidearm. No problem. We got Al. See if he can throw the same line as the lefty sidearm with his backhand. And, ooh, that'll make it tricky. That's for sure. You don't want to have a long putt on this basket. Anything missed goes directly in the water from that angle. Schultz is safe, but he is in that tricky position down the hill by the other pond. Just wants to get up and down as he sees his competitors are not doing well on this hole. He puts a good move on it, and that's right in his range. He's pretty confident at 20 feet. Johansen didn't kick too far down in there, lays it up and says, make your putts, guys, or I'm coming. All right, Barry. Big putt. Probably one of the bigger putts in the tournament, I'd say. If he makes this, it pretty much says, I'm here to win, and that's what he was. Here to win his 7th U.S. Masters title. You see the fist pump. He's excited. And he knows that that was a big putt and a nice par save since Cowperthwait is out of bounds and having to putt for 4 here, and Johansen already laid up. Cowperthwait gets out, loses a stroke to Johansen, and now they're both tied again, 3 off the lead. Can Lefty, though, save his bogey? It was a tricky approach from the drop zone, and no. It's tough to give it all because if he gives it a little more height and it bounces off the rim there, not only does he take a bogey, but he loses his putter. This way he keeps his putter, and he can keep on playing the rest of the round. Schultz by 3. Allen has dropped quite a bit. I think he's been passed by Rico, myself, and J. Ray, and Mosier. But he'll keep battling. It's a tight battle for that 5th and 6th spot. Hole 15, 355, par 3 through the woods. Very tight shot. You know, most of these players, this is their forte. They should be able to throw it right up the basket. They all have controlled mid-ranges or fairway drivers. And this is one of the holes when you're playing the course after that you really want to get. So Schultz plays the flex line, which is a smart play as long as you can get around that big tree at the end. And he has That's an experienced play at Maple Hill. Most people will try to throw right at it in this narrow fairway and not get it. Playing to the right and flexing a disc is a good play on this hole. But I think Johansen will just go right at it. And he has with his patented Comet shot. And he'll get a look there. The tree stopped him, but maybe this putter can clean it up. Cowperthwait, really good in the woods his whole career. Let's see. Puts a high move on it. Will he get through? He has. Makes the second group and crowd jump out of the way, but he does get himself a putt. All right, lefty just took a bogey. Was playing a better back nine. I think we should see a good shot out of him here. He's known as the woodsman where he's from. There was a lot of flippy plastic with good angles. Oh, and he's making an ace run. Wow, one tree to beat, or that would have went right in the basket. Great shot out of lefty. So the big downhill putt for Cowperthwait to start keeping pace with Johansen and stay in shooting distance of Schultz. He makes a good run. Oh, it's a little low. It's a tough run because it's a fast green. If you go over that, there's a log and it's difficult. And now Johansen is birdied to get ahead of Cowperthwait. Put a little pressure on Schultz to make his tap in, which I'm pretty sure he can handle. Lefty's ace run leaves him with a birdie. And Schultz to clean up to maintain his lead. You know, these putts that Schultz are facing, it doesn't look tough, but when you're playing for a major and the pressure and the other guys are birdieing, every putt is difficult. Doesn't matter if it's 20 feet or 50 feet. You can feel the pressure. Your mind's saying all kinds of things. And you just hope that your skill and all your practice comes through and out of your body at this moment. And it has. That's what all those years of practice putting has got him. Another birdie. Barry on the back nine is 3 under and has turned it up and said, hey, if you're coming to get me, you better come to play. Cowperthwait drops out and falls one behind Johansen, as I said. On to hole 16. One of the classic wooded holes. It's been played from many different tees across the water, but they're playing the classic tee through the woods the whole way. MVP gold. A lot of players will try to go up the middle, right at the target there. Some will try to go right of this tree we're passing and come in late and flex to the target. But if you hit a tree early, you could kick in the water or kick to some really bad spots. So many players will throw a shot here that is smart yet good. Here we go. Schultz is going to go directly up the middle. He is feeling it. No, he has turned it. Like I said, the smart play to the right puts him down by the basket area. It's not parked, but it's an easy par with a long run. And that's just what he's looking for with the 3-stroke lead with 2 holes to go after this. Johansen, knowing that he's got to put a little pressure on, will probably go right up the middle, right at it. That's his style. And he has, but he's turned it a little bit. Hit the tree. What a great kick off the tree. Got himself almost up to the basket. A nice 40-foot luck. That was a great kick. He's had some bad ones, so good on him. Lefty wants to penetrate the crowd at this point and try to get back in the top 5 with a couple birdies here at the end. He's turned it late. Will he get through the trees? Doesn't look like it, but those are all great shots. To make that second gap of trees is difficult. If you're hitting them, you're playing well. Bobby, right up the middle, is not going to play the flex shot. Hits a tree, looks disappointed, but let's see where he lands. Ooh, tough spot here for Bobby. I think that he goes big hyzer over the hill, probably to get him in position to get himself a 4. It's a hole that you can really struggle on. You can see he's still out. And that's due to the fact that those other 3 guys threw some amazing drives. All right, he's finally up and down, right under the basket. Let's get ourselves some birdie looks. Lefty from maybe 70. Puts a little spin on it. He's happy to get a par at this point. Just doesn't want to give himself another bogey stroke. Schultz will lay this up patent pending style. Oh, he makes a run. Very surprising that he made a run there, but he's so confident with that shot that he knew that it wouldn't go too far. Now Johansen to cut the lead to 2 and make it interesting. Jumper, count it. So Johansen now it's turning it up, cuts the lead to 2 with 2 to play. Oh, we get the replay. Let's see it in slow motion. Beautiful putt. His classic banger right in the heart. Great job, Mikey Joe. Way to make it a game with 2 to play. Everybody else cleans up. And we're headed to hole 17 from the gold tee, which is a big hole. Not a lot of movement, though, coming up on 17 and 18. I think it's going to be difficult for them to catch Schultz. Cowperthwait has fallen off the pace for second and is now in a battle for third with Steve Rico. And Al is now in a battle with myself, Mosier, and J. Ray for 5th place. Schultz is fist pumping with 2 to play, knowing that there's not much movement coming up. 17, 650 feet, par 4. Again, another one of these pine tree holes where you have to throw it 400 feet, clear a set of trees, and then you'll be set up to throw down a nice tunnel to a basket that is sitting on an edge that if you don't throw your approach correctly, you'll be faced with difficult putts. As you can see here, throw it right over the tunnel. It looks like it's just looking at you. Ours, again, wasn't elevated like this one. It was on regular height, but still very difficult with the fast green. Johansen with the tee after the birdie. Can he get over the trees? He needs to get that up higher. And, he's just weaved himself short of the tree line, but not in the trees, so he'll have a shot to the basket. Schultz plays the quick flex. Like I said, everything's a flex nowadays. Still got that power in him, almost 50. And he's put it right in the perfect spot. He has himself a patent pending right to the hole, 120 feet. It's going to be tough to catch a guy that's throwing perfect drives. Al just wants to get top 5. He knows if he can go birdie, he can get top 5. But he's put himself behind the tree. Worst spot he could probably be. Let's see if Cowperthwait can show off this big distance and get over the hill like Garrett Gerthy does. And he puts some height on it. And it's up. But it flexes a little early, but perfect position. Maybe not over the hill, but an easy play to get the birdie. So Al's in trouble. Let's see what he does. He throws and can't tell where it went, but by the looks of it, he's got a putt. Mike Joe throwing the sidearm. I know he's been working on it, but he throws it early right, and that'll be a tricky putt from over there. Here's the 2 perfect shots. Here's Bobby with the nice, easy 160-foot approach with nothing in the way. Just about distance control, and he's done that just... a little fast. Almost hitting the guy's cart in the second group. Barry, seeing them struggle, patent pending for the drop in, which will basically give him a victory lap as he walks up 18. Al looking to just get himself in the basket somehow, maybe get himself pumped up, get to 10 under, and make a run. And he's done just that. What perseverance he has. What a nice birdie to press the guys in the second group who are watching live scoring and get the crowd going. And just shows you that, like I said, he doesn't give up. And they're going to give him the replay here. Let's watch it. The classic lefty jump putt. He wants it. His foot's... he's caught the edge of the chains. He's pumped about making it, but he knows it's been a tough day, and it's just a nice little, birdie that he can feel good about on the way home. Johansen, like I said, not the best position here. Needs this putt because Cowperthwait is under the basket, and, if Barry messes up, then he needs to be in it. Another sidearm run, 2 in the last 4 holes. Gets himself a par, it looks like. Cowperthwait for birdie to put a little pressure on him. And he does it. Nice putt for Bobby. So Bobby birdies, puts a little pressure on Johansen, but Barry pulls away. So now we're talking about a battle for second and third and fourth, and watching Schultz do his victory lap for his 7th U.S. title. There it is. He's happy. Nothing to worry about. 3 strokes over Johansen. Now, Cowperthwait only 2 behind Johansen, and Al pushing J. Ray, Mosier, and myself for 5th. Steve Rico is making a strong push for 3rd place. 18th hole, 680 feet, par 4, up the hill. They've extended the tee here, so where most of us are just getting past that bridge there, pitching up to the wall, and playing for a 4. Where in the past where you could run the green in 2, it's become very difficult unless you can throw about 500 feet off the tee. It does have this classic finish that can be difficult no matter where you are, but where we're throwing our second shots here, it has played much easier. Schultz with the nice 400-foot hyzer, just playing safe, doesn't want to be in the trees. A little bit in the bush there, but won't affect him from throwing up for the layup. The only person I see maybe getting a 3 here is Al. He did get a 3 at MVP on the last hole to get in the cash. He knows how to 3 this hole, but he threw it too hard, and he's in the middle. He still might go for from there because why not? Cowperthwait. Doesn't really matter how far he throws it here, so I hope that he just throws a control distance shot. And he does just that, but he hasn't turned it. He tried to throw too hard, and now he's put himself in the trees over there, making the layup quite difficult. Mikey Joe just needs a nice easy par to take second place at his first Masters major, and he does just that. He's in the best position out of the group. Very interesting, this change. I think it really is great for the top pros, but not for the average player. Barry just throws the roller knowing that he can't go over the wall. A very nice play. Crowd loves it. Should be an easy victory layup. Cowperthwait, been in the trees all day using his lefty shots, throwing his lefty sidearm, throwing his lefty cut roller. Just been all over it today. Very exciting to watch. We should see a lot more out of him in the years to come in the Masters division. This is his first Masters major. And he's got himself up there, but he's behind the tree. Could be difficult. Not the easiest spot. Back where you would land with a perfect drive in the old days. As I said, Al will probably try to go for it, and he does just that, but he throws it short, and it looks like it's the perfect position to get a 3-putt from the other side of the wall. Mikey Joe just says, I'll take second, and lays up. Not a bad start to his Masters career. Cowperthwait, needing this to maintain pace with Steve Rico for 3rd place in his first Masters major. Let's see what he's got. Steve's already carded in and had a great round of 56. And he's out of bounds, giving 3rd place to Steve Rico. Very surprising there that he missed that shot. Johansen lays up for 2nd. Great tournament. And Schultz with a patent-pending finish. What else would we like to see? Make it for the crowd, buddy. And he hits the wall and kicks in. I think he was trying to make that for sure. He could have laid up easier than that. Al would love to finish with something special so everybody have something to talk about. Instead, he throws it right into the tree, getting greedy with the cherry gap instead of playing the easy hyzer. Now he has to go up to the OB wall, and that drops him out of the top 5 into about 7th or 8th place. He had a great tournament. He was there all week. I think we'll see a lot more of him in the future. Great playing on you, Al. It's fun to see the lefty and his lefty lines. Just the way he's getting up on these rocks and the way he's playing, it shows you the kind of exciting player he is. He'd love to make this to finish. But he's happy just to be on the green and get this thing over with. He didn't hurt himself, and it's exciting. I think Bobby makes this, and he can tie Steve Rico. But he hasn't, and he'll finish in 4th place. Great tournament and his first Masters major finish. Congratulations, Bobby. Great job. Bobby finishes 4th behind Steve Rico. Jay Ray finishes 5th, followed by myself, and then Mike Mosier, then Alan Hermosillo. Tapping out here for 8th place. Like I said, Michael Johansen expected to win. Everybody thought he would come and dominate Masters. 2nd place is a pretty good finish. I know it's not what he wanted, but he's happy. And now Barry Schultz for his 7th U.S. Masters Championship. Taking his time, taps it in, and there it is. In the honor of Tim Selinske, all of ours mentors from Team Innova, Barry has won and captured the 2019 U.S. Masters Championship in Worcester, Massachusetts. There he is hugging Steve Dodge, the tournament director, and giving a little shout out to the crowd, and probably going to almost break into tears here because this is probably one of his last runs in the Masters division. He's turning 50 next year. I could see him moving up to Grandmasters as the Masters division grows, but maybe not. But overall, he cleaned up 7 out of 10 in his time. So as we look back at it, 22 under for Schultz, a 3-stroke win over Johansen. Like I said, Rico moved up into 3rd, 4th for Cowperthwait, 5th for J. Ray, all the way from the 3rd card with the hot 1081-52, followed by myself, Mosier, Hermosillo, Roger Gannon from the Next Generation Tour amateur moved up amateur world champion, and Eric Eastwood rounds out the top 10. Well, that's me, Dave Feldberg here from Gatekeeper Media. It's been a fun round, and I hope that you guys continue to follow the U.S. Masters Championship and all Masters play throughout the PDGA. And I want to thank Steve Dodge and his crew for a great event, and Maple Hill Gold is looking as beautiful as it always has. Again, this event was brought to you by the PDGA, Innova Champion Disc, and as always, Gatekeeper is presented by Millennium Golf Disc. Until then, we'll see you in the fairway.